Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hello, Paula. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. We are, it's just nice. It's just nice talking. I was just saying, I feel like there was so much going on in the last week or so, and we had so much to talk about, so much to catch up on, and I'm just happy to be here.
Same. And if anyone's watching this on YouTube and you see that I have some of my Halloween decorations up, like this is how I
You're
live my
ready.
life. This is
Yeah,
what it is. It's September. Don't care.
yeah. You're I can even tell from the way that you are like dressing up like at work
Yeah. It's
that
fall.
you're like it's fall. There was a 360
It's
shift and it happened for you. Like
it's
September it changed.
it's my season.
Yeah.
It's like the Burr months. It's,
Yeah.
it's my season, it's my time. Like, let's go. I'm
Yeah.
I'm here for it. I've been waiting for it and
Yeah.
it's arrived.
Like
I'm
even your nail color.
I know, and I was just looking because I'm gonna get them done. There's a fly in my house. I was gonna get it done, and I'm like, okay, I need another dark color. Like, I'm so get me into the dark colors. I want to wear the blacks. I want to wear the
Yeah.
sweaters. Like, let's
And it's
go.
it's funny because you and I were talking and I was telling you how for me it's only after my birthday. Like so my birthday is September 13th and you're going to be listening to this and it's going to be after my
Yeah,
birthday. But anyways, I like it is summer until at least my birthday, and I'm gonna wear like the nice summer colors. My nails are still very bright. I don't know. I can't make that switch before. It's weird. Yeah.
that's fine though. If because it's September 13th, like I'll give you that because it's not too far off. But if
Yes.
you were saying like
End of
end of
September.
September, like
Not the same, eh?
we would have conversations. Like it
Yeah.
would be tough. Yeah.
Mm, yeah. No. Anyways, I'm holding on to what's the little bit of summer that's left. Like, like a mid-afternoon, like I'm like, yes, like summer is still here. But like mornings, I'm like, whoo,
Yeah, it's hard to
please.
deny in the mornings for sure. It's
Yes.
definitely, but even today, like I dressed the girls in pants because we walked to school, and I was like, as
Oh
I was
yeah.
walking back, the sun hit me, and I was like, oh no, a little bit of regret there, but
Yeah.
that's fine. It is what it is.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
no, it's good. It's
Mhm.
good. But I do need to look through our bins and take out our decorations. That's the thing when you move into a new house, I feel like all of my fall, even like Christmas stuff, because last winter I didn't decorate for Christmas, remember? Because we were
Oh,
in the apartment. We only moved here right after Christmas. So like I need to like dig through our stuff and like find like our decorations and stuff. But
yeah.
that's gonna be exciting because it's like
It's so exciting and make it exciting. Like those are the things like I love making exciting. Like
right.
when we do our Christmas decorating, it's a thing in this house. Like there's music playing, we have
Oh,
apps happening, like it's a
oh,
whole thing and it's an all-day event that like if we have pauses, there's Christmas movies happening in the background, like make it exciting. You know what I mean? Like
right.
cuz why not?
I
Why the hell
know.
not?
It's the little
It
things.
is the little things. I'm such a believer in that.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that.
Mhm.
Okay, so today we want to talk about breaking free from overthinking.
What a concept.
What a concept.
What a concept.
Like, because I think like it really does it affect everyone? I mean, to a certain extent, I think.
Do you consider yourself an overthinker? Yes. Okay.
Do you?
No.
Oh.
No. But you know what's
That's gonna be
interesting?
an interesting story then, like exchange.
Yeah, and I just think that it depends on like what your surroundings have been too. I feel like that stuff plays a part because for me, I've always had overthinkers in my life
Mm.
where I almost have this like perspective of it where I'm like, I've just seen it and I've seen how it just doesn't really bode well for people. Like it can really be such a mental block. And I've seen how
Mhm.
that's kind of manifested for people and like from a very early age. So for me, it was always like, I've just taken the stance of like, okay, like one, two, three, go. Like,
Right.
what's the worst thing that can happen? You know?
So I think where I overthink, so we talked about this a little before like recording the episode. I think there's like two different like, I guess, categories of like overthinking. I think
Mhm.
there's the like lack of self-trust piece where you're like, I don't know, you want to apply for a job, but you're like, oh, like, do I have what it takes? Like, I don't know, like maybe if I apply, like I'm gonna burn bridges at my with my current employer, and maybe, like you start overthinking about like, do I have what it takes? What's gonna happen if I do get that job? As opposed to like, I think where my overthinking comes from is like almost like around like fear of like things happening
Yeah.
that are like out of my control. Like it's not necessarily that, I don't trust myself. I actually do trust myself. I think it's like I overthink about the possibilities of like things going wrong, I guess.
Right.
Like,
Yeah. Yeah. There's two different, like for sure, there's two different, I think, perspectives on it. And so when I think, and this is the conversation we just had, but like around like when I hear overthinking, I tend to think about people overthinking their choices, overthinking their
mm,
behaviors,
mhm,
overthinking, what's the right way to do things, what's the wrong way to do things, where, what path should they take, and just really
right.
over analyzing every decision. The analysis paralysis comes into
Mm,
play. Like
mhm,
that's what I tend to think about. But
mhm.
what we were talking about, and if anyone who's listened when we were talking about the fires a couple podcasts back,
Yeah,
like and you were saying you were really having a hard time with that, and like it was always like going to the next, like, well, what if this happens, what if this happens?
yeah,
And so
yeah,
I think if I were to put myself in any category, it would be more on that end for sure.
okay,
The like, um, what if something happens that isn't, maybe not to say that it's not rational, but that it's like it's just truly based in a fear
yeah,
versus like I don't trust myself. Like I trust myself. Do you know what I mean? Like I trust the
right.
decisions I'm going to make. I do think if I make a decision and it doesn't turn out the way I want it to,
Mm,
it's a learning lesson. Things are still going to be okay, right? Like I always have that. I like something that we always say in this house is like things are always working out. It's like a mantra we always say. Well, you know what? Things are always working out.
and it's true.
And it's 100% true. So,
Like,
but it's to your point, like it's like the fear based stuff that will sometimes get a grip,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
And that's hard to shut down. It's definitely hard.
It's like both, if it's because you lack like self-trust or because you have fear, both can be so exhausting.
Totally.
And honestly, it can be so exhausting. And I think where I struggle the most in this season of life is like Amelia with like her daycare germs. And like if I see something on her body, like it really, takes me down a rabbit hole of like, what could it be? Oh my gosh, what if it's this? And like I start like over
Yeah.
analyzing and panicking, and it's like it is really, really tiring, and it's
Yeah.
really, really hard to shut that noise. I think it is in like both situations. Um, yeah,
It's stressful for sure. It's
yeah,
so stressful.
yeah,
And I think like that's a very specific kind of fear. Like if you're a mom, like anything around
yeah.
your kids, I think is really, really tough.
Mm,
And I think what I mean, it's still always hard. I do think like Amelia being your only child too, like, and you
right.
haven't had that experience. Like for me, like with my youngest, like, if something happens, I might have already seen it before. Do you know what I mean? Like
Right.
I might have already experienced this. So it just takes that edge off a little bit.
Yes.
Um, but yeah, it's really, really hard. But I do see that like when people are like that's a specific thing. But the people who are overthinking, and I know so many who overthink in their daily lives, and it is really more around that like lack of self
Right.
trust, right? That is like in a lot of ways almost debilitating, right? It is
Yes.
something that is such a block. And one of the things that I've always said to people is like, you do need to, it all comes down, and it's what we say in our membership all the time. It's like, how do you talk to yourself?
Yes.
Right? How do you talk to yourself? Because it doesn't mean that you're not going to have the feelings, right?
Yes.
You can't really control how you feel about something, but you can absolutely control on how you talk to yourself. And so, like, even for things like the fires, let's say, where that was more of a
Yes.
fear base, it's like, okay, let's let's think about this. Like, will I have time to get out of this house? Are there evacuations, right? Like at the end of the day, I'll
Yeah.
be able to get my family out of here. Okay. And if the house goes, the house goes. But you know what? There's worse things that happen. People survive a lot worse. You know what I mean? Like
Exactly.
you can,
Taking it for me, taking it to the worst possible outcome is often what brings me back to like sanity.
and
Because I'm
I
like,
encourage people to do that. And I know that sounds almost counterintuitive
I
because,
know.
but because what happens is people will just say, they'll shut down at the fear. You know
Yes,
what I mean? They'll just be like, "Well, I'm scared of that." And it's like, "Okay, but what if that does happen?"
exactly. I was like, okay. I was like, you know what? The worst that's gonna happen, there was gonna be a fire behind, like in the woods behind my house. Maybe it's gonna take my house. It's just material. We have insurance. We're all gonna be out of here and safe. And we'll just build our house on like in Shediac River quicker than we thought.
That's right.
And then I was like, oh, okay. It's not so bad
Right.
anymore.
I'm going to be okay.
I'm gonna be okay.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, that is something that really, really helped me. And I think the difference between like where I stand in terms of like overthinking when it's around like self trust and overthinking when it's around fear is that when it's around self trust, I feel like I'm in control. Like,
Yes.
and when it's around that fear, it's where I sense that I don't have control over what's going to happen. So
Right.
for me, this is what makes the difference. When it's around like, oh, like I'm going to apply to this job, am I going to be good enough? Well, I'm going to make sure I'm good enough. Like right? So
But
I
also, if you're
control
not
that.
good enough, even if it was a rejection,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
then what? Again, face it. Like I always
Yeah.
tell people, like confront it. People
Yeah.
are so scared to confront the thing
Yeah.
that they don't see it through to say, you know what, at the end of the day, like if I don't, let's say, we'll use a job analogy. If I don't get that job, you know what? Okay, well, I'm going to ask for feedback and I'm going to figure out
Yeah.
why, and I'm going to get better, and it's going to be at least a learning experience. I went through an interview process, and now I know what kind of questions you're going to ask. So, like, really see it through. What's the
Yes.
worst thing that can happen on either
Yes.
end, right? And like shift that to say, like, what's the best thing that could happen? And if I don't do this, if I'm not trusting myself, and I'm that analysis paralysis is taking over, like we can't live from a place of regret. Like that's where none of us want to be. Do the
Well,
thing.
exactly. And I've had clients that, will every year they'll come see me and they're stuck at the same place that they were the year before. And I'm like, are you seeing the pattern? Like
Right.
your overthinking is keeping you stuck and you have more than enough of like feeling stuck. You're tired
Yeah,
of your own bullshit. You want your life to change, but then you're not doing anything about it. And it's like
exactly.
if you let that fear or that lack of self-trust prevent you from moving forward and taking actions, not knowing if it's going to be, a learning lesson or if you're actually going to get that job, for example, like you're never like, you're gonna be in a year from now looking back and being like, shit, I'm at the same spot. I'm feeling the same feelings of being tired of myself and my bullshit. And it's just, it's gonna keep repeating
Yeah.
here. Like,
It reminds me of when you've asked me to join this business, to be honest. It's so funny. It's just like a funny story because I remember you being like, okay, like, so you're going to do this. And I'm like, yeah. And you're like, okay, but like, you don't even have social media right now. Like, are you like, this is what we're going to do. And I'm like,
yeah,
yeah, okay, I'll do it. Yeah, I'm going to do it. And you're like, there was like, I could tell for you, you were like, what? You know what I mean? Because it was just such an easy yes. And that's how I tend to be, is that like, because I just trust, like, I could have gone on here and it could have been like, Paula, this is such a bad move. Like, you know what I mean?
right,
Like,
right.
for whatever, for a million different reasons. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? And like, okay, right. Again, like, what's the worst thing that's going to happen?
exactly.
Right? Like, just say yes to the things. If you're drawn to it, say yes. If you believe that it's what you should be doing, like, learn something. But the control thing is a it's an interesting piece because, to your point, I'm the same way. Like, I think I have that control. I trust myself. I got my back.
Yeah,
But that fear piece, I've it depends. I do what I try to do now when I'm having those like over the top thoughts where it's like, wow, like the world is ending.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? Like the scary, crazy thoughts that
yeah,
we all can have.
yeah,
I will just like stop in the moment. And again, it's just self awareness. Take yourself out of the moment. Go, what are you doing?
yeah,
What
exactly.
are you even thinking about right now? Can
Yeah,
you please get back to reality? Like, you know
yeah,
what I mean? Like, it isn't how quickly you talk to yourself. And I've said that to like some of my best friends. I'm like, talk quicker to yourself, get there quicker, because the
exactly.
spiral that it can take you, it's so, it's like you're so, it's upsetting for yourself. You know what I mean? Like, it's
Yeah.
not a place you want to be operating from at all. And so
Mm,
like get there quick and just be like, what are you doing right now? Like get back to reality and
yeah.
focus on something like in front of you. That's what I try
Yeah.
to do. Like, physically bring myself back to something. It's like if I'm doing the dishes, okay, like then focus on like what you're cleaning right now. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
That's true. And
yeah,
I think like one experience that really, really had like it really changed my perspective. Like, yes, the fires, like whatever, I had a fear around that, but like it wasn't nearly as bad as like when I was, all of a sudden at 30 years old separating, not knowing where like what was going to happen with my life.
right,
I It was so hard for me to like not get in my head about it and like not overthink of like, am I going to end my life alone? Am I never going to have children now because I'm like all of a sudden I'm single? Like, am I ever going to find someone? Like how like all of the things, like it was so hard, and I really, really had to like, to your point, bring myself back to like the present moment, like so many times, like multiple times a day sometimes.
yeah,
Um, but yeah, like to your point, it's like when you're in your head, like, and you're constantly like thinking, overthinking, like oftentimes you're like projecting into the future. Like,
yes,
like, I'm scared of this thing happening.
right,
This is not like a right now in this second thing. It's obviously something that could happen in the future.
right,
You're like overthinking about like, oh, like I want to apply for this job, but like I'm not ready, blah, blah, blah. Like, again, this is not like a right now in the moment thing. It's you're fearing something potential happening in your future.
right.
So it's always about bringing yourself back to like the present moment. And one thing, well, there's two things that I shared in the membership this week is the first one is, and I do this when we're actually like on an airplane. So I don't fear flying. I actually don't mind it when we're like in the air, whatever. What I don't like and what brings me anxiety for some reason is when the plane has stopped. So we landed, the plane is no longer like, we're no longer moving, but the doors aren't open yet. And everyone is standing and starting to grab their bags. I think it's because like I'm short and I can't
Mm,
really see, like all I see is like people and like I can't really see what's going on, and it's starting to get hot and people are not moving, and like I'm seeing the door being so far and I'm starting to like panic.
mm,
That's where it's happening for me. And so many times I had to use this like rule or whatever of like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So name 5 things that you can see,
mhm,
touch 4 things around you,
mhm,
um, and then what's 3 things that you can hear, 2 things that you can smell, and 1 thing that you can taste. That
mm.
will bring you right back in the present moment so quickly. Um,
Yeah,
and really take your mind off of that overthinking moment that you've been having. So
yeah,
that's one. And also the box breathing, that's one that I only started this year. It's like when you think of a box, so a square, so you inhale through your nose for 4 seconds, you hold it for 4, exhale through your mouth for 4, and then hold it for 4. So really like a box, that really helps as well.
I like that.
To overthinking method that really worked for me.
I like that because I'm the exact opposite of you. I hate flying. Every time I have to fly, it's actually probably the one thing in my life that can actually cause me to have a panic attack. Like I don't suffer from panic attacks, thankfully, but it's the one experience that I think I've had in my life where I've definitely stifled some panic attacks. I hate flying so much, and I've
Okay,
flown, like it's fine, and I will fly again. Like I'm not gonna let
yeah,
it stop me, but I dread it. But like opposite of you, like when we land, I don't care if those wheels are on the ground. I don't
sure,
care what's happening around me. I don't care
right,
what. I'm good. I'm
okay,
thank God I'm on the ground. Perfect. Like
huh,
it's like a full relief. Yeah.
wow, okay.
Yeah.
So see, it's like we all have our things that like, just makes us feel
Feel the feels.
not at ease. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
and it's just really being aware of these and like finding what works for you. Maybe it's like a brain dump. Maybe you journal about everything that's going on, all the overthinking, you take it outside of your brain and put it onto paper. Like
Yeah.
find what works for you. Um and yeah, really focus on that. But
Yeah. I also just think like talking, like I'm sure, and I can probably picture what it was like between you and JM when the fires were happening, but it's probably similar to like when I'm talking to Steve, like saying your things out loud to people,
yeah,
like often, like when you see it land on their face, right? And it makes you just feel like, okay, like
I'm not being rational right now.
I'm, you know, like
100%.
rein it in a
Yeah,
bit, you know,
yeah.
because I'm voicing it, and it's not like they're shutting it down or they're being dismissive. It's just like you're hearing it, you're seeing it on their face and being like, you know, like question marks in their eyes of like, what? What do you
Even
mean?
like as I'm saying it sometimes, it's almost like I'm not even finishing my sentence because I'm like,
You
oh, I
know,
don't make sense right now.
yeah,
So like if you need to say it out loud or say it to someone else in order to like have that realization, like so be it. Like freaking record yourself and listen to yourself. Like, am I making sense right now?
right. Like if somebody were to come to me and say these things, what would I
What
say back to them?
exactly. Exactly.
Right? Because oftentimes it's like, okay, you need to take it down 10 notches. Like
Yeah.
that's you're reaching now, you know, like
Yeah.
mhm.
Yeah.
So
Oh, so good, so good. I hope this all helped you if you're an overthinker. But just know that you're not alone. We all have, things that sends us over the edge. And it's just really to bring yourself back to awareness and the present moment. Um, and yeah, like we're all just navigating life.
we're in
We
it
got it.
together.
Yes, we're in it together.
Yeah.
All right. So thank you so much, everyone, and we'll talk next week.
Okay, bye.
Bye.